Finsphere was founded on the simple premise that your mobile phone can be utilized as a proxy for your identity. So my background has always been financial services. So I ran fraud for most of the top 10 banks, Chase and Citibank, to name a few. And my job at these banks was to prevent debit and credit card fraud from occurring on customers' accounts. The only way fundamentally that we could do that was to call the customer and verify transaction activity. Finsphere was founded assuming that your mobile phone is a personal aspect to you. It is a device that is always with you. If you look around the table today, everybody has their mobile phone. So what we did was we developed technology that utilizes the bank's known knowledge today of where you're transacting with the knowledge that your mobile phone is always with you. So the very simple premise is that a transaction occurs here in Laguna Beach, but your mobile phone, i.e. you, are located in San Francisco. We compare those two data points and we notify you and the bank that there has been a transaction that occurs where you're not there. We have multiple products. So we have a consumer product. Identity theft in the United States alone is a billion-dollar business. It's $4 billion per year is spent on identity theft. Most of that is trying to protect the customer from application fraud, i.e. credit bureau monitoring. The FTC stated that 70% of identity theft does not happen on credit bureau attempts. It happens when transactions are being used fraudulently. Your credit card has been compromised. So we're the only identity theft program today that monitors your transactions. So that's our consumer product called Pinpoint. Our second product is a direct-to-bank product where we interface with some of the largest banks today. The bank already knows where your transaction is. Your credit card tells them. What we do is we secure that transaction and tell them that, yes, this transaction was made by your customer. Our third market is e-commerce. Geolocation of IP has been around for years. Whenever you log on, you're transmitting the approximate geolocation of your IP address. Pop-up ads that are specific to that country. When you go to a major e-com site, they are comparing your IP address to your ship-to address. What we do is we incorporate a third data element into that, which is now the geolocation of your phone. So you have 3 different location-based elements to secure that online transaction. We founded the company based upon that principle, knowing that your phone will be a proxy for your identity. And what we're doing now is setting up the infrastructure and just generating the current amount of analysis where we know where your mobile phone is as it relates to the transaction, produces a 70% increase in performance over any fraud system that is currently being deployed by the banks. So the next generation, if you're talking 3 to 5 years down the road, is that phone will become more and more secure with biometrics, and that only will help to increase our predictability on fraudulent transactions. The fraud space will never change. Credit card, debit card fraud, retail fraud, mortgage fraud has been around for years and continues to evolve. So we believe that we will always be a player in that space. We also recognize that authenticating you, the consumer, is something that occurs almost 7 times a day, and the customer doesn't really understand that. You wake up in the morning, you go out, you lock your door, you go into your car recognizes who you are by the key. You go into your office building, you have to use a key card to get in your office building. You then log on to your PC. All of those are authentication events that we hope to play a part in, because the common denominator in all of those events is your cell phone is always with you. And in today's environment, you have multiple passwords, you have multiple devices, you have key fobs, you have the key to your car, you have access cards to get into your business. We hope to incorporate your mobile phone into all of those authentication events.